open to taking questions. Request you to please raise your hand and state your name and organization prior to asking your question. We have some members of the team with some mics around who will help us through this exercise. Okay, I see one hand up. Sir, can you please state your name and organization before you ask the question?
Sure. Good afternoon. I am Mehul Dani, editor from FinTech Business. Looking at the way the competition in the hospitality industry is picking up, what is your market share presently and how do you propose to augment it? Thanks.
Hello. Hear me? Mr. Gandhi, our market share today, we are sitting on what we call as the RGI of 140, which is at a 40% premium to the luxury industry. Now this market share of RevPAR is driven by our occupancy and our average rate. And we believe, as I mentioned to you earlier in the presentation, that there's a headroom for us to grow, both in terms of occupancy and area, based on the experiences, programming, and the growing macroeconomic indicators which are all favorable for us. You see, in luxury, there is a demand and supply mismatch which is going to be there for the next 5 years at the minimum and likely to extend even beyond. These are all industry data points. There's a growing consumption story in India. Currently, there are 70 million households which are the target audience for luxury goods and services from India's standpoint. It is likely to become 200 million households in the next 5 years. So there's a lot of appetite for consumption of luxury goods and services, and hospitality and Leela sit right in the center, as Leela is the only pure play luxury brand out of India in hospitality.
Hi, Anurag from Itina. Right now I understand that you have a licensing agreement with HLP. They operate the Mumbai property, the Leela Mumbai. I have two questions. How long is this licensing agreement with HLB? And is there any change in this arrangement that HLB is running the Mumbai property? Is that likely to happen?
The term of the agreement is 25 years, extendable by 5 additional years. We earn a centralized services fees. The brand, we own the brand, but we have franchised the brand to them. But they have to maintain Leela standards and Leela product.
25 years until when?
So from 2019 to 25.
The second part of your question, there is no such intention to change anything.
Sir, can you share some insights in terms of changing customer preferences? And what is the domestic to international travelers ratio in general?
So the consumer preferences change significantly post-COVID. People are traveling more, they are staying longer, they are spending more on goods and services and on hotels, as you can see all around in the ecosystem. There is an increased awareness and celebration of the good things of life, what we call the YOLO effect, you only live once effect, has come into big play and stay to stay. We see small groups, we see multi-generational travel, families traveling together. And what we are doing at Leela, we have repurposed and reprogrammed the service design and even the asset quality. For instance, in Jaipur, we are creating interconnected villas. We are creating a kids program, as Ravi mentioned earlier. And we're deploying real estate to take care of this consumer preferences. Sorry, what was the second part of your question? Yeah, 50%. It's close to 50% each for us, for Leela. Pre-COVID, it used to be 69%, but India is still catching up with the pre-COVID numbers of international travel. And for FY25, it is close to 50%.
Hi, I'm Ritma from Business Today. My question to you is that
what sort of disruptions or changes you see in the luxury hotel industry in the coming time? And also with the recent rise in the COVID cases, how do you think the hospitality industry would be, taking steps towards it?
Maybe I can just take the second part of the question first. I think Indian government came out with some statement recently, or the health department, that the media reports are fairly, all the numbers are very, very low. So I can't really comment on that too much beyond that point. What was the first question?
The disruptions you see in the luxury industry, luxury hotel industry.
As a non-hotelier, I can say from an investment perspective, from the Indian context, we are still in the build-out phase of consumption of luxury in the country. And I think the trend line towards the demand for that, we all saw the film regarding the Leela experiences. Now, each of those seconds or milliseconds are Instagram moments for the generation that is the consumption generation of today and to the future. People are spending a lot more on experiences. People are spending a lot more on sharing those experiences with their peer group and the rest of the world. And I think really it's just the iceberg where consumption of luxury products and services in India is taking off. The runway ahead is very, very, very long. I'm not sure I fully understand the question of disruption, but I think today we are in the build-out mode. There could be a time in the next several decades where there could be disruption.
No questions. All right. Thank you very much. For any further queries or questions, you can connect with the Ad Factors team. I would now like to call upon Mr. Jaishankar from Kotak Mahindra Capital to share the closing remarks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, friends. As we approach the close of this press conference for Schloss Bangalore Limited, I would like to say it's truly a privilege for Kotak to be a book runner for this transaction. We believe the company's focus on building a pure play luxury brand specializing in Indian hospitality is truly unique and makes a very compelling case for your investing audience. Schloss Bangalore is present in all 7 top business markets and 3 of the top 5 leisure markets of India. It is one of the largest luxury hospitality companies by number of keys in India, comprising 3,553 keys across 13 operational hotels in its portfolio. Each of the hotel properties, as Anurag mentioned, are very iconic properties, very difficult to really replicate. The company has delivered very strong track record of growth and consistent financial performance under the leadership of the professional management team led by Mr. Anurag and Ravi Shankar. We are glad to partner with Schloss Bangalore and also the sponsors led by Ankur representing Brookfield. Brookfield, as you know, is one of the largest real estate players globally and very significant investments, as you mentioned, in India. I would once again like to thank the participants for taking the time out to attend this conference. And just before I conclude, key highlights of the IPO to summarize. The IPO opens on 26th of May, next Monday, and closes on 20th of May, next Wednesday. The anchor branch closes this Friday and opens and closes this Friday on May 23rd. The IPO is a fresh issue of 2,500 crores, offer for sale of 1,000 crores, totaling up to 3,500 crores. The price band is rupees 430 to 435 rupees per share. Thank you.